me to kick your ass right here?
Randy, sit down.
You want a piece of me? Because I'm pretty sick of your goddamn mouth.
Number 10. The Return of Chef.
Hi, everybody! Chef's back! Yeah. All right! Finally!
It was the end of an era. Isaac Hayes had voiced the character of Chef since the show's creation. But after he suffered a stroke, a statement requesting the voice of Chef be released from the show at the end of season 9 was reportedly made on his behalf by his Scientology entourage.
Ha! I knew it! Knew what? The reason Chef has been saying those terrible things about us is because he's been brainwashed by this fruity little club.
Season 10's opener served as both a farewell to the beloved character and yet another jab at Scientology through the lens of the Super Adventure Club.
Ah, yes, splendid. Good afternoon, lads. I'm head adventurer William P. Connolly, Esquire. Welcome to the Super Adventure Club.
The show has killed off recurring characters before, but never in such a spectacular fashion. Combine that with the clever use of previously recorded dialogue, and this episode is that one no true fan should miss. Number 9. Night of the Living Homeless. With that title alone, it shouldn't be too hard to figure out what the show was poking fun at this time around.
They don't have food or shelter. We have to do something.
Sure, they did a zombie-themed episode in Season 1, but it wasn't until Season 11 that they really did the genre justice. Replacing the undead with people without homes, South Park offers a great send-up of George A. Romero's classic film Night of the Living Dead and its sequels. The episode reaches apocalyptic proportions, offering biting social commentary on discriminatory attitudes towards the homeless.
Excuse me? The front door was open. Can I borrow some change?
Number 8. Bass to Mouth. Aside from the clear play on words, the Season 15 gem stands out for its look at the rights to privacy and tabloid culture.
He crapped his pants today during social studies. He had to go to the nurse's office and have his mom bring him a fresh pair of jeans.
When a gossip website called Eavesdropper appears online, students are both enthralled and enraged by the embarrassing details they discover. It's made even better by the fact that these details are disclosed by a literal rat who runs the website. The episode showcases how tantalizing scandals can be until you're the one being talked about.
So, just to be completely clear, now it isn't funny, right?
As an added bonus, Lemmywinks returns to save the day, giving us even more reasons to love this little critter.
All right, Lemmywinks. We should probably get going now. The time is nigh, Lemmywinks.
Number 7. Goo Backs.
They took our jobs!
Now here's an episode that spawned 1,000 memes. The catchphrase may have cemented itself in pop culture history, but the episode it came from tends to be easily forgot. An obvious parody about illegal immigration, Goo Backs sees the town become overrun with visitors from the future, all looking for work. Frustrated at being ousted by the newcomers, the locals go to extreme lengths to prevent themselves from ever being born, thus saving their jobs.
And there won't be no children to have no children. The people from the future won't exist to take our jobs!
It's a satirical take on a real-world issue that isn't easily solved. However, Stan's point about making the future better for everyone does suggest that working together is far better than a big old pile of naked people.
I mean, maybe if we all commit right now to working towards a better future, then the future won't be so bad and these immigrants won't need to come back here looking for work.
Number 6. Pinewoods Derby. Now here's an interesting recipe. Take 1 wholesome dash of Cub Scouts, 1 cup of intergalactic robbery, and some Star Trek Prime Directive sauce, and you've got yourself a serving of Pinewood Derby.
Oh yeah! Oh yeah! Suck on that, Hollis!
It's a funny take on how the world might react should we learn that we're not alone in the universe. Sure, the nations of the globe do come together, but not in solidarity.
Hey, Mexico! We said no spending the space cash yet! What the hell are you doing? Will some country that speaks Spanish yell at Mexico, please? They're gonna ruin everything!
No, it's all about showcasing how greed and dishonesty brings out the ugly in everyone. Ultimately, Randy's antics cost the planet membership in a larger community. At least it provides the audience with a lot of laughs.
There is no space jail, and space cash is only worth what you as a planet decided it was worth. I mean, how stupid is your species?
Number 5. Breast Cancer Show Ever. This is a perfect example of how Cartman loves to dish it out, but is terrified of taking anything in return.
Is there a problem? Because breast cancer isn't funny. Breast cancer is killing people.
Mr. Garrison, do we really need all this potty talk in the classroom?
Eric, for the love of Jesus.
After he mocks Wendy's presentation on breast cancer, she declares her intent to fight him on the school playground. Knowing she's serious, Cartman does anything and everything to avoid it, but comes up short.
Actually, I was thinking, let's just keep this between us. I was wrong to make fun of breast cancer, and I'm very remorsefulness.
Watching him panic throughout the episode is entertaining enough, but the fight is where the real entertainment lies. We're not condoning violence, but watching Eric get his comeuppance from Wendy is what every fan didn't know they wanted. It's a karmic delight that can be played back every time we see him do something awful. Number 4. The Losing Edge. We all know of those parents at Little League games who go a little too far with their kids.
You want me to kick your ass right here?
Randy, sit down.
You want a piece of me? Because I'm pretty sick of your goddamn mouth!
What do you want to do?
Now take that aggressive energy and plug it into Randy Marsh. Getting drunk and beating his fellow parents becomes his own rocky challenge as the kids play baseball. It's a turning point in the show where Randy became a much more prominent character in the episodes that followed.
You better shut your mouth before I shut it for you!
What do you want to do, huh?
Antics aside, we also get a window into the minds of childhood boys who simply don't want to play the game at all.
Nobody told us if we won too many games we'd go into the finals. Look, you guys, maybe it's not all that bad. Not all that bad? How could you say that? You hate this game more than any of us.
It's an interesting take on whether it's the kids or their parents that truly want the sports hero image. Number 3. I Should Have Never Gone Ziplining. It's an otherwise mediocre episode, but there's one compelling reason to tune it in: the live-action boys. In a rare switch-up, the reenactment portion of this reality TV spoof is all done with live-action actors. We get several minutes of Cartman, Stan, Kyle, and Kenny in the flesh sitting on a boat after having been bored to tears by ziplining.
Because we keep getting screwed over by your diarrhea.
Well, it's not my diarrhea's fault that you took us all ziplining.
The actors are all far too old to reflect the characters correctly, but that too fits into the frame of the satire of poorly made documentary-style television. The addition of narration from Eric Myers makes this parody all the more worth watching, given his history of narrating other reality-based programming.
And just when it seems it can't get any worse.
Kenny? Kenny!
Kenny McCormick has died of boredom.
Number 2. Aspen. An underdog must win a competition in order to get the girl and save something from being sold or destroyed. Sound familiar? It's a common movie trope associated with a whole variety of sports films.
Looks like you think you're a pretty good skier, huh, kid?
Well, I'm catching on pretty fast, I guess.
I've been skiing for 22 years. Think you can beat me?
No.
For South Park, Stan is the hero, and skiing is the sport of choice.
He'll ski you anytime, anywhere.
Yeah! But this time, if he wins, you get your dad to not close our youth center.
What?
What makes this so entertaining is how well the episode pokes fun at those stereotypical plots. Stan doesn't even know how to ski, yet somehow he ends up saving the day.
Good job, dude! Thanks.
Add to that the subplot about timeshares, and you've got a great combination for laughs. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. The death of Eric Cartman. He's not dead, he's just on ignore.
What is that kid doing?
I don't know, just ignore him.
Terrence and Phillip in Not Without My Anus. An April Fool's Day prank most fans disliked.
Since the last South Park, you've waited 4 long weeks to find out who the father of Eric Cartman is. Now, finally, the shocking truth about Cartman's lineage will not be seen tonight.
Sarcastaball. Some people should take a Sarcasm 101 class.
Oh, you're all not getting it. See, while we're at it, we'll have a balloon instead of a ball. And whoever catches the balloon tries to run while all the other players hug.
Medicinal fried chicken. Hoppity hop. Fourth grade. You can only go forward, unless you're Timmy.
It's all right, everything's gonna be fine.
Oh my God!
All right, young man, when you get underneath that wheelchair, I want you to relay back to me with this walkie-talkie.
Number 1. Quest for ratings. With Matt Stone and Trey Parker being the driving force behind the writing team at South Park, their own ups and downs are often reflected in the episodes.
Boys, I'm afraid I have some bad news. The school has to cancel your show.
After having just finished their work on Team America World Police, the writers were exhausted. Their fatigue was put on display through the episode Quest for Ratings, where the boys themselves are trying to get other kids to watch their super school news show.
What if we do a show where we... no. How about we have us, Come on, doesn't anybody have any show ideas?
As Kyle, Cartman, and the others struggle to come up with ideas for their own episodes, you can clearly see the parallels to the real world. It's a perfect episode that illustrates the struggle of writing episodic television.
Wait, I've got it. Crab people. Crab people? They're like half crab, half people, and they live below the ground. Dude, I think we can do a little better than crab people.
Did you enjoy this video? Check out these other clips from WatchMojo, and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.